And welcome to Say Less, Say More. The trio you never knew you needed. Go and get your money, little duffel bag boy.
Little duffel bag boy.
It's December, y'all. So you know what that means. We put Thanksgiving in the past and we going to take it over to the Christmas side. We got sports for you. NFL playoff pitcher, Lane Kiffin, the asshole. Or hoe if you prefer. Then, of course, we're going to review something nice from the Joe Budden podcast.
Joe Budden podcast.
What does 2-5 hate this week? And Jack got a nice little topic for us that I can't wait to get to. Listen up and turn your radios up, step-parents. I got the crew with me, the one and only, Somerville's own, El Residente.
What?
And then I know y'all heard me say Jack, but he might be somebody else today. I'm not quite sure.
What up? You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Ringo Mandingo, a.k.a. Jack Uso, a.k.a. Jackie Reigns, a.k.a. DJ Radical Jack.
All right. On that note, let's get to it. So, gang's been a minute, you know.
Here.
Been a real long time.
Yeah, real long time. Way too long. Let's let the fans know real quick what's been going on in our lives. So, you know, Residente, what's new?
So for me, new, man, it's been like 2 weeks since we potted. Had Thanksgiving. That was fire. Shout out to my wife's family, the entire Mora gang, for having Mora Bateman family for having us over. That was dope. And then we followed it up with our own home Thanksgiving on Sunday with just me and the kids, me, Toya and the twins, which RJ didn't come home until after I went upstairs. So me and Toya and Isis essentially. But I fried a turkey, which I always enjoyed doing. It came out delicious. And then Somerville won the lower state championship. Oh man. Oh.
Congrats.
There we go.
Congrats.
Oh. See what happened when you pod for 2 weeks?
There you go. Yeah. I'm rusty. But yeah, Somerville won the lower state championship. So we have the state championship game this Saturday against the team we played last year, which is Dutch Fork. Dutch Fork is actually they're in their 10th straight state championship game. They beat us last year. Our quarterback got hurt in the first quarter, and we only ended up losing by 7 last year. So we like our chances in this game. I think they're undefeated except for one game that they lost this year in Charleston, also to another Charleston team. But yeah, I'm really excited and ready for this week's game.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. What's up, Oos?
Thanksgiving was terrible this year, man. Absolutely let down. It's like all the cooking was just subpar. Everywhere I went, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Next year, it's on me. I refuse to have another Thanksgiving.
It's on me, Oos.
It's on me, Oos. Like, I'm not. We went to, the in-laws. It's like, all right, whatever. Then we went to a friend's house. It was like, all right. Then we went to my aunt's house. And even my aunt, I was like, all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, Thanksgiving was a bummer this year, dog. So, Radical Jack looking forward to Christmas. Because Christmas is going to go crazy. However, what I will say, as far as Thanksgiving goes, is I made these dope-ass greens, dog, and they were fire. And I'm not saying that on a personal bias, but, like, it was the best dish I had the whole day. But, yeah.
So,
All right.
So does your family watch this podcast?
They sure do.
Oh, okay, cool. Shout out to the Jackson gang.
Hey, what do you mean? Everybody knows me. Open book.
Yeah.
It's a window, not a door.
Which is okay. Well, Thanksgiving for me was cool. Had my crab legs and macaroni.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got it in. You know what I'm saying? Had some good pie. And then, had some
kind of pie.
PG or never mind. I had some pumpkin pie and some sweet potato pie. Had
Yeah,
a little bit
both?
of both. I had both.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, you know, Thanksgiving is the only time I even eat pie, like besides like, you know, when I'm trying to be a good husband and whatnot. But like, you know, as I was sitting there,
The nigga love the rock special poo.
Yo, I love it. That was good. That was a good way to say it.
But you know, but also, you know, I actually found some turkey that wasn't half bad. You know, shout out to my dude Dan Martinez. You know, he threw down on the turkey. It came out pretty well. You know, saying some nice dressing, as they call it in the South. I'm not allowed to call it stuffing anymore.
No, dressing and stuffing are two different things. That's the thing that people don't understand.
Okay. And then
We'll
Jack
talk
came
about it later
over.
on, but
Yeah, then Jack came over on Saturday and wouldn't eat our macaroni. You know,
Oh, that's crazy.
So
That's
you know,
crazy.
What? Wait. Can you say more about this?
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Mrs. Jack came through, you know what I'm saying, tore the macaroni up. Little Jack tore the macaroni up. Jack Uso was like, nah, y'all got water? You know
I mean, you know, to be fair, I don't even like macaroni like that. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna make it myself, and then when I make it myself, then I'll learn what macaroni is supposed to taste like, or I tweak it, and then I'll go from there. Then I can actually start talking shit to people.
Why?
Right now, it's just I don't like macaroni, so it's not an offensive thing. Now that y'all making it a thing, when I start making macaroni, I'm gonna not eat people's macaroni because be like, it don't taste like mine, and that shit.
And see, that's the thing though. But when you make macaroni, you can do that, right? Like me with my drinks, right? Like I'm very like I go to restaurants just to critique the drinks that people make. Like I can do that. But if I never made a drink, I can't critique people's drinks.
Nah, I feel that. You know, it's just like when people try to buy me a shot and it's less than $10. Why are you buying?
Why are you? What are you doing? Yeah, no, I agree.
Well,
I agree.
Yourself, buddy.
Hey, so if y'all haven't figured it out, we just learned who the snobs of the show are. But you know, but from there, you know, Sports Reports is ordered. You know, got the big interview with Jay Paterno coming up on December 2nd to air on December 3rd.
Yeah. The thoughts of Mike.
So coming up in the world, you know what I'm saying?
Rusty.
Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you get your podcast, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere you stream, you know. But outside of that, guys, now that Thanksgiving is in the rear view, what's going on with Christmas?
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
All right, Jack, go ahead, do your thing, man. Tell them why you love Christmas.
I love Christmas. And everybody who don't like Christmas, sincerely, fuck you. All right. Christmas is the best time to be alive, especially in America. And if you don't
especially if you like fake people.
Hey, yo, see? One of them. Y'all gotta ignore them kind of people.
Wow.
People that don't have the Christmas spirits and don't know how to be joyful, you gotta ignore them.
Why
they're not even like Grinches. They're just big walking lumps of coal. Like they don't want to change. You know what I mean? Christmas is a happy time. People are just naturally happier around Christmas. You know what I mean? People be talking about, oh man, it's the holiday where people just want to merchandise and it's materialism and shut up. You choose to make it that. It's not that. You choose to make it that. Just like you can choose if your birthday is the best time of your year or it's not. It's on you.
Yeah, you choose to follow.
You know? Yeah, exactly. You choose to follow.
No, you.
I like Christmas because Christmas music is fire. I like Christmas because it's most of the time when I get to see all of my family come together. I like Christmas because I like to see the gifts that I give my kids and I like to see them smile. None of that is about Jack being selfish in any type of way. I just like people being happy. And you niggas is so fucking miserable during the year that Christmas is the only time I get to look forward to because everybody fakes it for the fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, it's Christmas time. I'm gonna get it. Like people fake it. I like that. Be fake.
So I just looked something up. We're gonna come back to this real quickly, but I just was interested because I heard a comment, like it's very common, like conception that people that suicide rates are the highest in the holidays. I just looked that up. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine,
shout out to Baltimore.
Suicide rates actually are the highest during late spring and early summer months, May, June, July, and August, and it's actually at the lowest in December.
Boom!
Pepperoni. I like Christmas, right? And you know, I actually do like Christmas. I like Christmas for my kids. You know what I'm saying? What I don't like is y'all over Christmas people that are in everybody's face making everything about Christmas. Let me enjoy my December 4th.
Jay-Z's birthday. Enjoy Jay-Z's
You know
birthday.
That's exactly why I said it. I'm glad you caught that.
3 days away, dog.
You know
It's a
what
big
I'm
week
saying?
for my
Let me
family.
enjoy my December
I just
4th
learned that
without.
was Jay-Z's birthday.
I don't even live in a place where we get a white Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's true.
fuck all that,
We got a white Christmas 2 years ago.
man.
So I
waited. Hey, look, I waited 30 years for it. So
I actually like Christmas a lot. I remember when I liked Christmas when I didn't have like the greatest Christmases in the world as a kid, but I didn't want for nothing or nothing like that. So I'll never be like, oh, it's just we had some rough holidays just as a family. But in terms of like getting stuff and stuff, that was never a problem. And me and my brothers, like we were sort of the kids that like though we didn't have a lot, we had each other. And that made a lot of things worth it. Like we would make I remember we would make tents. We would all just decide to sleep in one room together because my brothers shared a room and I had my own room. But I'd come sleep in their room and we would make a tents in the bunk beds and we would like watch TV and talk about what we hope Santa Claus would bring us and all kind of stuff like that. That was a really big memory. But when me and my wife had kids, something we were decided, collectively was that we wanted our kids to know the true meaning of Christmas. So on Christmas morning, we'd always make our kids talk about the true meaning of Christmas, talking about the birth of Christ, and actually sing Jesus Happy Birthday. Even though we know, for those who are out there who are going to say, but Jesus wasn't actually born during December 25th. We know, you idiot. But it's when we celebrate it. So we make them sing Happy Birthday. We sing Happy Birthday to Jesus every December 25th morning before they can open a gift or do anything like that. So yeah, I definitely enjoy it. It's a little different this year because my daughter Ariana won't be able to come home from Guam from military leave because the president decided to shut down the military, shut down the government, and deny military leave from overseas. So my daughter was not able to come home, so it's gonna be kind of sad, but we're gonna make it work. But yeah, so I definitely enjoy Christmas. I like Christmas.
it's funny you say that, Briz. My aunt used to make us sing Happy Birthday to Jesus too.
See,
I've never known
about
anybody
that.
else who did that, like ever. So that's actually
I might have to add that to the rotation.
Yeah, we do.
But I do listen to my Alvin and the Chipmunks though.
Nice.
Oh, look, the Grinch.
What is me hula hoop? Yeah, like that's what they actually call me too. Well, actually, they call me Scrooge. But
I thought they called you hula.
But the good thing about
wild.
the good thing about Scrooge is that he comes around in the end. So like, once Christmas morning hits, I'm there. I'm enjoying it. Seeing my kids do all the things that I didn't get to do.
Right.
It's awesome. And then on December 26th, put all that shit away. You know what I'm saying?
Now that 2-5. No, I'm right there with you. December 26th.
Why are you like this?
Take your tree down. I mean, I'm
on the
26th. New Year's.
Yes.
No, I give you an extension. So I'm just a atypical person. Like I just want shit done. But you have until New Year's to take your tree down.
No.
But if my birthday is around and you still got your tree up, there's a problem, dog. Like,
no, if the rule of thumb that we established, because we did establish this, is that Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas stuff goes up.
Right.
So you got damn near, if not more than a month, depending on when Thanksgiving falls, with all that stuff there on display. Now Christmas is over. Get it out of here.
See, there you go. That's where that terrorizer comes in. You want to be mean again.
The only reason my Christmas tree is going to be up after Christmas is because I'm going to be in Canada.
Canada.
Shout out to Canada.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, we are at the whim of LaToya Lewis, who runs all things decorating in our home. We do not get to put up a tree, and we don't decide when the tree comes down. These are all LaToya Lewis choices.
Shout out Toya. God damn it. Shout her out, man. Love that. Christmas season is upon us, and everybody be merry and joyful.
Thank you.
All right. Well, on that note, what else comes? You know what I do like about Christmas? The NFL playoff picture. You know what I'm saying? And don't look now, because I just looked out my window and I just saw DeAndre Swift running up the Eagles' defense still.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? The Bears, the Chicago Bears, the number 1 seed in the NFC. What do we think about that, guys?
Shout out to the Bears. I mean, shout out to the Bears. Caleb Williams, I've been hard on him since he got drafted and decided to tell his teammates to clean out the bleachers. But he's definitely seen the turn the corner. He's not. I mean, I don't think he's doing anything spectacular as a quarterback, but he's not blowing the games, which is part of the job. So shout out to him for that. And shout out to the Bears. I think the Bears defense has really gotten really, really good. And so my Niners actually play them in 3 weeks. So I'm excited to see what happens when we play them. But congratulations to them. I'm just glad it's not the Rams, and hopefully we can make sure that they don't get any closer to the
Well,
one.
I'm glad you said that because the Bears get the Packers this week.
Yep.
First place on the line. And hey, Jack, if the playoffs were today, we would get Eagles Packers.
What would you do?
Rams 49ers.
What would you do, Jack? Rams 49ers, you know what it is.
First and foremost,
Lindsay.
What I would like to say is a lot of people have been talking crazy. Just remember, until February ends, you are still looking up at the Eagles flying with a big ass ring. Outside of that, understand that football happens, losses happen. So this whole let me call whoever because their team finally lost is weird. We're 8-4. We're 8-4. I don't know why you're calling me and panic. At the end of the day, it's either going to fix itself or it's going to be 2023 again, and Nick Sirianni might be on the chopping block because he's not listening. Everybody's saying fire the offensive coordinator. We did this in 2023 when they wouldn't give Swift the ball. And it's so ironic that Swift decided to show everybody, y'all know I can really run. He's also put on a lot of weight. He's not the skinny Swift that we had.
I mean, that's an SEC dude, man.
I don't know nothing about that. But shout out to them. But yeah, he ran all over us. We wouldn't run the ball when we had him, and then now our offense can't get together because one, our OC doesn't know how to call plays, and two, when we do decide to make the game decision, it's let's feed AJ Brown so he's not tweeting about us. So force feeding AJ Brown and having a terrible OC is going to get us to the playoffs just to lose the first game. So, yeah.
All right, well, let's play a quick game real quick.
Do it.
I'm going to give y'all 3 teams. You tell me which one makes the playoffs.
Number 2.
All right, so Lions, Cowboys, Panthers.
Panthers.
So I want the Panthers. And I'm going to tell you why I want the Panthers. Because I don't know if the Niners will be able to catch the division title.
Okay.
But right now we're at 7. Ahead of us is Green Bay and Seattle.
Yeah. So right now it goes Bears, Rams, Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, Niners.
So the way I see it, we're going to get to the 5.
Okay.
If the Panthers get to the 4, round 1 we get Niners, Panthers.
I like it.
And where am I going for the first round of the playoffs?
To San Fran.
Bank of America. Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That was going to be in Charlotte.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
So,
I like it.
Dream scenario, that for me. So I'm hoping it's the Panthers.
Against my better judgment, I'm going to pick Dallas. We also have Dallas and Detroit on Thursday night. So
wait, but what's Dallas's route though? Because Dallas would have to. Dallas isn't going to get there. They're not going to get the division.
Well, right now Detroit is 8, so they're right behind the 49ers at 7-5. Dallas is at 6-5-1, and Carolina's at 7-6. So if Dallas beats Detroit on Thursday, they get up a half game on Detroit, and they're just a game and a half behind the Niners. So I don't know if Chicago's going to stay at the 1 seed. You know what I mean? Sam Darnold, I don't know. Like as the weeks go on, I trust him less and less. But the good news for Seattle is that they do have the Rams coming their way in a few weeks. And then Tampa Bay, I just don't know. Carolina might get in as that 4 because Baker's got the bum shoulder and, Tampa's been hurt all year. But let's switch gears. So in the AFC, guys, in order, you got Denver, New England, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Chargers, Colts, Bills, with the Texans a game behind the Bills, Steelers and Chiefs a game behind the Texans. So first and foremost, are the Chiefs done?
So the Chiefs are third in their division. And it seems like they're kind of in – the Chiefs and the Cowboys are in the same spot right now. It's really based off of the guys that's 8-4. So if the Eagles can't get it together and the Chargers can't get it together, then I think the Chiefs and the Cowboys could both make the playoffs.
I think the Chiefs are going to make – until I see the Chiefs not in the playoffs, I'm going to assume the Chiefs.
Yeah, Like
I'd have to see it.
I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I have no reason to believe in the Chiefs at all outside of the fact that they're the Chiefs, right?
They're the Chiefs.
But the good news for them, they play Houston this week.
Are they at home?
I don't know. Houston might have turned the corner.
The Chiefs have only lost one time at home this year.
Yes, it is at Arrowhead. Yes.
Then they're probably going to win.
But this is the thing, right? So the Chiefs right now, and I'm only going off of experience. You know what I mean? But right now, the Bills have the tiebreaker over them. The Chargers have the tiebreaker over them. Jacksonville has the tiebreaker over them.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Kansas City got to get a tiebreaker on somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm basing this off of. And speaking of which, we got the Colts going to Jacksonville this week. They have not won in Jacksonville since 2014.
Duval.
Colts coming. They're on a 2-game losing streak right now. So I don't want to internalize our guy here, but is it over for the Colts?
No, it's not over for the Colts. It's just Trevor Lawrence's time.
Oh.
That's it. It's not over for the Colts. It's just my boy Trevor Lawrence is finally getting the season that he deserves.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all saw, but Justin Herbert broke his non-throwing hand yesterday. Yeah. So he's getting surgery, and, we'll see if he misses any time. But that could change everything too.
Yeah. I definitely think that I think that the Colts are going to lose in Jacksonville. That's just a tough team for them to beat. It's just something they figured out with them, and Daniel Jones not being healthy is not going to help them.
And then last question, and I know this is a little hyperbole, a little bit. This is a little fun in a way. Can the Bengals win this division?
No.
What? I mean, to be fair, it's not a stretch.
Because Baltimore's still not looking. I mean, Cincinnati just beat Baltimore last week as well on Thanksgiving, but Baltimore has won before that game. They had won 5 in a row, but it's not as if Baltimore looked like Baltimore. And then we see what's going on in Pittsburgh.
But Cincinnati's what, like 4-8?
They are 4-8.
They're 4-8, and then Baltimore and the Steelers are 6-6.
They're not going to win.
They're only 2 games back.
Yeah, it's only 2 games.
They split with, or they split with Pittsburgh already. And they just beat Baltimore.
You're not going to win a division with 8 wins in the AFC North.
All right. So there you have it, y'all. But then, hey, on the other side of things, that Jack doesn't want to talk about, Lane Kiffin, decided to go to LSU. And the other day on Sports Reports is Ordered, these 2 fine gentlemen joined me. And El Residente and I had a conversation about if the committee should punish Ole Miss for Lane Kiffin being gone. So I'm going to change the question a little bit, Rez, and I'm going to ask the question. Should Ole Miss have let Lane Kiffin coach the rest of the year?
If he wanted to coach the rest of the year and he was going to be and you trusted that he was going to do a good job, you should let him coach the rest of the year. It doesn't make sense to not let him coach the rest of the year. The thing is that LSU put everybody in a bad position. LSU was the one that kicked off the nonsense. If they would have just let keep Brian Kelly until the end of the year, we wouldn't have a coaching carousel in the middle of the season. This is the situation, and this is the part of the sort of 24-hour news cycle. The year-round recruiting that happens is now we want to get our coach in the middle of the college football season, right before the playoffs or even the conference championships, and now it creates this effect, this domino effect. But no, I definitely would have if we had an agreement like, listen, we know you're leaving, we're cool with the announcement, but we want you to coach these players up and get them right because they have a real chance at a national championship. And anytime you got a real chance at a national championship, you want the coach that got them there to get them as far as he can, even if they're leaving at the end of it. But they decided what they decided. According to him, he tried to stay. He tried to stay on board, but they wouldn't let him. So,
All right. So I'm gonna say this real quick so Jack doesn't fall asleep on us. This is my stance, and I said this a week and a half ago, so this is not a hot take. I'm big about how you handle things. You know what I mean? I might not agree with your ultimate decision, but I want to see that you considered me. So Lane Kiffin has been being courted for about a month now, and he's led Ole Miss down this road of it's all about me, damn this, damn that, whatever the case may be. So Ole Miss gave him allegedly an ultimatum, that said, hey, we need to know an answer by this particular date. So my point was anybody with a brain knew he was leaving. So just 2-5, would have just said, hey, I can't have you on these sidelines. You're not coaching the Egg Bowl or anything. I can't have you here. And then you're just going to leave the next day and play victim. Now, the real culprit here is the calendar because the transfer portal doesn't open until after the playoff, but you shouldn't even be allowed to talk to my coach right now.
That I agree with.
You shouldn't even be allowed.
That I agree with.
And for the fact that you're on an 11-1 playoff team and you're talking to our biggest rival and you're going to our biggest rival.
I didn't know that was the biggest rival. I thought Ole Miss' biggest rival was like Mississippi.
Well, like, I mean, in the state, yeah, but like Ole Miss, it's almost like that Ohio State, Penn State thing. Like Penn State looks at Ohio State like we hate you, and Ohio State's like you're there. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that. But the way that I look at it is you can't be coaching my team and recruiting for them. Okay. You know what I mean? And so that's just my stance. And I know Nick Saban fired Lane Kiffin right before the national title game a couple of years ago when he was the offensive coordinator, and he took the Florida Atlantic job and he was recruiting and not game planning. So and I know I've argued with people online. North Texas and Tulane are in the same situation, but they're letting their coaches coach them throughout. And I'm going to just close it out like this. Ole Miss is an 11-1 SEC team on their way to the playoff. You left. Tulane and North Texas are stepping stone jobs. Their coaches are going to Florida and Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
So it's a different scenario, and it's not a team that we directly compete with for recruits, while you're trying to steal our staff and probably going to take a bunch of our players to our rival with you.
Yeah. I just, to that point about, they've been recruiting for a month. He's been in talks for a month. So in the last month, let's go back to October 25th, right?
Right.
They played Oklahoma, won by 10. Played South Carolina, won by 16. Yep. Played the Citadel, won by 49. Played Florida, won by 10. Played Mississippi State, won by 19 points.
Right.
This doesn't sound to me like somebody who is distracted to the point where he could not walk and chew gum at the same time.
Well, no, not yet, but signing day is coming up.
Oh, so
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like now you got to try to hold on to the class that LSU built to include the number one overall recruit, which they are keeping.
Okay.
But then also you're going to be trying to take Ole Miss players with you to LSU.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just a mess. It's just a mess. But guys, you want to talk about a mess. What the hell was War Games the other night?
So War Games, while you guys were talking about Lane Kiffin and the other things, I was
sports.
actually,
Sports. We're talking about sports.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin and them. But I was going back and looking at some of this war game stuff that we may not have remembered because it was not memorable. But shout out to 2-5 letting me watch AEW. I think it's called like Bloodbath or something like that.
Blood and guts.
Blood and
Blood
guts.
and Guts. Dog. Blood and Guts was head and shoulders above anything that War Games had to offer us, man. Like it wasn't even close. The girls were bleeding. They was out there like really whooping ass chains. The one girl got thrown onto like a nail board and was getting kung fu'd up. Like it was dope. But whatever, we're mainstream WWEs over here. So Survivor Series.
With
Started
no
out with
Survivor Series matches.
Started with the female War Games match, which I don't think it was bad. It was cool. Wasn't bad. The worst part that everybody keeps talking about is the ending where everybody lined up so Io could jump off the thing with the trash can. It was cool in the moment, but I don't know.
I also didn't watch Survivor Series to watch Charlotte take a nap.
Yeah. Charlotte was like, yo, I know we supposed to be fighting, but every hit that I get is gonna be big, and I'm out. So there was that. I have any comments on the first match before we move to the next?
Yeah, it was terrible. From the very, very beginning, when the first two people walked out, until the only good thing that happened, which was AJ Lee's submission move. Outside of that, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Speaking of
AJ
Lee, she came back to get beat up the whole match. Like she was
but she did the submission.
So she did the submission move on Becky. You need to retire Lynch. Yeah. I'm saying it. Sports Illustrated saying it.
Can I ask you this, Jack?
Everybody's saying it.
How do you feel about this? This Becky Lynch is the wrestling Donald Trump thing.
It was funny at first. I mean, I just miss Becky Lynch being good. That's all. Okay. Like I don't mind it because it's a gimmick, but I just miss her being good.
I just find it interesting.
They're basically so this is my problem. They're turning Becky Lynch. I'm not about to say what you think I'm about to say, Jack.
Into a black woman.
They're turning Becky Lynch into the things that people didn't like about John Cena, where it was just like because the good news for John Cena was he was a face, so the fans were supposed to cheer him. So when he overcomes the odds and all that things, even though I hated it, it was supposed to work that way because he's the hero.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With Becky, they're doing a lot of these same things and making her alienate everybody, but she's annoying. It's not even entertaining.
Yeah, it's literally not good.
Yeah, like I feel like if they would have put, I know she's in AEW now, but Mercedes could probably pull that off. You know what I mean? Like what Becky's trying to do right now. But Becky is just full of herself and it's making the product bad.
Yeah, it's literally annoying, like you said. It's like that's the best word for it because it's not even funny.
It's forced. Yeah. And like so my favorite thing about the women's War Games match was that AJ Lee's old ass finally stopped skipping.
Nah, she gave you the skip inside. Remember? She got
but I mean, she didn't skip to the ring though. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, finally, you're acting your age. But but Io, of course, is the star of the match. And nobody else is even close.
EOG.
I think I would have liked more because I think and this is just real quick. I think they've kind of left Kyrie in the dust where like. The big part of this story was their friendship with Asuka and Io, and then Kyrie being reluctant, you know, and they've kind of just thrown that to the side, and Kyrie's just an afterthought now.
And I ain't gonna lie, Kyrie is fire.
She is.
Like Kyrie is fire, and the way she like throws her body when she does the elbow drop to make it look like it really hurts more. Like Kyrie is dope. She needs to get more highlights.
But that John Cena match wasn't dope.
Yeah, I'm about to say Cena Mysterio. Dom faking the shoulder injury was so unnecessary. Like, can we just
followed by the 77 people that came down to ringside to jump John Cena?
Yeah, well, I told 2-5 before the match started that he was gonna have to lose the title in some way, and they didn't want to just make it where he lost to Dom. So I don't mind everybody coming to help. What I don't like is that we're not getting Dom's wrestling bag. Like we're just getting 619 flop flop and cheat till you can cheat till you can cheat. Like, and it's mad annoying. I'm glad he didn't pull out a chair and
Latino heat.
But yeah, and then Judgment Day, I was really hoping that they would quit. Like I told 2-5, I was like, man, maybe today's the day they don't show up, and then there's no more Judgment Day. But no, everybody came. It ruined the Liv comeback. I wish Liv would have just came out by herself, and then it would have made her comeback more important. But it was trash. Like her comeback wasn't even dope. We knew John had to lose the title because he's about to retire. But they wanted to check all the boxes of his championship, so that worked. I think the best match of the night, honestly, Stephanie McCure versus Nikki Bella, which is crazy because I don't even like Nikki Bella.
You can look, but you can't touch.
Yeah, I think Stephanie McCure is so dope that it was just like, all right, like that match. There was no slowing down. There was no botches. The moves were cool. I was like, all right, like. That was the match that had my attention the most. Plus, we got the
on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know Rez, Rez wasn't enjoying Dominic at all, though. Like,
No,
not at all. I know he
no,
was. Go ahead, Rez.
Dom is not a good wrestler. He's a great personality. I think he has an opportunity to be really amazing on the microphone. He is not a good wrestler. If you just look at the basic core things that wrestlers can do, like, I haven't seen one snapmare takeover from this young man. Like, I got to be honest with you.
No hits to the solar plexus.
Yeah, he's not the man of 1,004 holds like Chris Jericho. He's just a dude that comes in and mimics other people, and it's really annoying. He has nothing that's individually him. There's nothing about him that's individually him. But I do think he has a great personality, and I think he's a star. Like, I actually think he's a star. Like, he's over. The crowd loves him even when he does, like the point that Rey Mysterio made in one of the interviews. He said, he was talking to Eddie Guerrero, like, from the grave, and he was like, he has that thing that you have. He's like, the more obnoxious he acts, the more they love him. And I get that. I just wish he could wrestle.
But that's the problem, because Eddie Guerrero is considered one of the greatest
wrestlers of all time,
and he still did that stuff. But the wrestling is what stood out, right. And that's what I was saying a couple of weeks ago in our chat, where like Dom's matches are literally like a minute and a half of wrestling moves, and everything else is him setting up the cheat and then actually doing the cheat. And I think it does a disservice, because I think Dominic can actually wrestle, what I mean?
But you can't tell. Like, from Rez's shoes, I get it. I don't know he can wrestle because I don't get to see him wrestle. All I see is him lose a boot, have the ring thing in there, and find other ways to cheat. Like, it's mad.
But even if he was doing like technical stuff before he decided to cheat, I'd be like, okay, cool, this is great. Like, even the moves that he tries to mimic, like he does a 619, looks like the laziest 619 of all time. He does the frog splash. It looks like he does this. Like, what is that? Like, it's not a good frog splash. He doesn't do anything right.
But as far as Stephanie McCure and Nikki Bella go,
they did not hand her the microphone.
I think that
exactly.
I literally think, and I know I'm in the minority on this, but I'm almost at the point where I just feel like Io and Stephanie are the two best wrestlers on the whole roster.
They really are.
You know what I mean? Like,
Stephanie is cold, dog.
Yeah, she is. And the problem is that you stuck her with somebody like Nikki Bella, and there's people now talking about, well, why didn't they let Nikki Bella win? It was her hometown, and she's a legend. First of all, Nikki Bella is not a legend. Like, just because you hung out somewhere for a long period of time does not make you a legend. You know what I mean?
Long title reign, man. 300 days.
Look, like, Stephanie should literally be like having matches with Rhea right now, or having matches with Charlotte, or having people of that ilk. Not your Nikki Bellas. Even though the match
Nikki Bella's getting the match because she needs the paycheck, and they gotta boost her name.
If you want to give Nikki Bella a match, let her and AJ Lee fight each other.
Let Nikki Bella become like a helpful coach on NXT. Listen, let me tell you what happened when the Nikki Bella, Stephanie Vaquer match started. So Stephanie Vaquer came out, and then Nikki Bella came out, and then I started the water from my shower. And then I went and took a shower because I had other things to do with my time than watch these people wrestle. Like, sorry, dog. I'm cool.
Well,
Yeah.
we're here now. The big fight. Big
Oh
dog
my
fight.
gosh. It just gets better, y'all.
Started out with Braun Breaker and CM Punk.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Braun Breaker,
And
CM Punk.
they touched foreheads for a little while.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't bad. Then we got
right.
Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. And I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, it was still cool, whatever.
If you say
Then
so.
we got Logan Paul.
Well, not bad. It doesn't mean good.
Yeah. Then you got Logan
Drew
Paul.
McIntyre, I don't know when you were great, bro, but it is not today. Go ahead.
And then we got Logan Paul and Jimmy. And at that point, the match was good. It started getting really good. We was getting everybody actually wrestling, doing things, setting up gimmicks, fighting, jumping off shit, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? Then we got Bronson Reed and Jey Uso.
Tsunami.
77 tsunamis, y'all.
77 tsunamis. Then my boy Jey Uso came out and gave us 76 super kicks, and then him and Jimmy gave us 77. Then we got the greatest entrance of all time. Then Brock Lesnar came out.
We didn't get an entrance. No one entered.
Huh?
We didn't get the greatest entrance of all time. We got a mid-match dance break. Mid-match dance break.
We read it back, you know what I'm saying? Run it back. And Brock Lesnar came out and proceeded to do exactly what I cry about to 2-5 and Rez all the time. He came out and he was the
immortal.
He was
like city bitch.
He was the unstoppable force and the immovable object.
He was all of
per
it.
usual. Just by the way, punch doesn't hurt me. Turn around, suplex, suplex, front suplex, back suplex you in your neck, suplex you on the wrong.
Let's kill people.
Oh, speaking
Mid-range.
of that, how about that spill from Braun Breaker though?
Oh yeah, so CM Punk almost killed
Yeah,
Braun
he almost
Breaker.
killed Braun Breaker.
Luckily, he landed this way and not this way.
Dog.
Then Jey Uso landed on his neck on the
Yeah.
bottom bar of the table because Brock Lesnar's just like, yeah, fuck it,
I'm
fly.
just gonna throw people around.
Like,
And then the OTC came out, right?
and he almost broke his ribs. So Roman Reigns, so Brock Lesnar suplex cities everybody. Then, in the craziest turn of events, he walks out the ring to let everybody know, I am the big dog here, and we're gonna wait for Roman to get here. I'm waiting for the big dog to show up.
I thought that was fire.
See, I hated it because
I
again,
like
I
that.
don't like Brock Lesnar being God. So
But I thought one of the rules was that if you walk out of the ring, the team forfeits.
No,
not until War Game starts.
Yeah, not until War Games, because the War Games doesn't start until everybody's there.
War Games is stupid.
Well, I like the original
I
War
don't
Games
disagree.
created by the one and only Dusty Rhodes. You know what I mean?
I wish they would do the whole let's eliminate people, ding ding ding, and then you got odds.
That
would
made
be
so
way
much more
better.
sense.
Well, the whole thing is Survivor Series. Have a Survivor Series match. And then
There
have
was
a
not
separate War
one.
Games.
There was not
pay-per-view.
one Survivor Series match.
Have a separate War Games pay-per-view. But okay, so let's wrap this up real quick. Who
So
was
Roman
under the
comes
mask?
out. Roman comes out 5 Superman punches in a row. Cacao, and the last one, all the other ones stunned Brock Lesnar, but somehow the last one didn't. He gets F5'd into the table. We get into the match. The match is absolutely trash once they get in there. Everybody's spamming. We get a botched table break from Brock Lesnar being speared by Roman while Brock is trying to F5 Jay, and then the game ends with them pinning. I don't even know who got pinned.
I want to say it was Logan Paul.
No, they won.
Oh, no, they won. They won. I'm sorry, because of the stomp. It wasn't
CM Punk.
Was it CM Punk?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Montez
yeah,
Ford
they
came
CM
in
Punk.
and stomped
Oh, you think
CM
of Montez
Punk.
Ford?
I think it's Montez Ford.
So I know
but
the internet has been scheming Austin Theory, and Rez said a name earlier that I hadn't considered until Rez said it. Like, he didn't say it in reference to this, but he said Chris Jericho. And
that nigga was too swollen, too tall to be Chris Jericho.
The word
I
is they're
mean,
trying to
just
bring Chris
because
Jericho
it's
back.
that person doesn't. Well, just because it's that person doesn't mean that has to be who takes the mask off.
Oh,
I know,
yeah,
like
I feel you.
Yeah, because I know back in the day, you know, I'm aging myself, but the Black Scorpion, you know, ended up being
Sting.
Yeah, it ended up being Ric Flair, and you know what I'm saying. But the whole time, it was somebody else under the mask actually wrestling the match.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, now it could, if we're just talking about who it's supposed to be, then but I'm saying the dude that was in the ring and did the stomp, I think that was Montez Ford.
So this is I hope so. Plus the way that he climbed the cage too, it was like
bro, he got up there quick.
Yeah, he got up there on it. Yeah, but the reason that I think I like it if it was Jericho is because it gives the vision that Seth Rollins personality veteran leader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to run the vision through.
Right?
Yeah. Because I don't want to hear Braun Breaker talk.
Never.
I don't want to hear Bronson Reed talk.
Ever.
I don't want to hear Brock Lesnar talk.
Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar have the same voice.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but if you bring back the Ayatollah
of rock and roller. Yes.
And he's on a retirement tour. I just read that he the WWE signed up for some kind of like 1 year, like a retirement run.
And he's got 1,004 holds.
And he has 1,004 holds.
But you know what match was missing from Survivor Series?
What?
Marc Lamont Hill and Brian McKnight. Because courtesy of the Joe Budden podcast. You know, there's a significant war of words going on.
Apparently Brian McKnight is an asshole.
Yeah.
Welcome to things I already knew for 500, Alex.
Shout out to Marc Lamont Hill for you know fighting the good fight for all the good people of America who you know have decided that Brian McKnight, where we cannot have there should be no safe harbor for Brian McKnight. We should not have safe harbor for bad fathers anywhere. And so the fact that, you know, for those who don't know, Brian McKnight, on the Joe Budden podcast, they were discussing the situation with Brian McKnight and his kids, where, if you don't know, they have an awful relationship. He literally has a son named Brian McKnight Jr. From his first marriage. They got divorced. Things went bad. He gets married again, has a new baby, names that baby Brian McKnight Jr., changes the baby, gives the baby a different middle name, and then he changes his middle name to match the name of the baby. So that's the official Brian McKnight Jr. Those are actions of a loser and a deadbeat, and I will never, ever, ever advocate for that. So shout out to Marc Lamont Hill for putting voice to that.
So anybody that's been a friend of mine knows that since I'd say 2009, 2010, I've been on a F Brian McKnight campaign. He's trash. He has been the most overrated singer to come out of all the illustrious great singers from the 90s and early 2000s. Brian McKnight is the tip of the spear at being overrated. He has 3 songs that matter, and the rest of them are just niggas who are fans that know those. I hate Brian McKnight. You're not good. You've never been great. You don't have great albums. I don't know why people want to hold on to you. Your one last cry. That's it. You're a shit.
That was the part that y'all missed. So, like him naming the kid was his one last cry to get back at one.
Oh, see, that's the thing. You have to be a fan to even give a shit to even give him those kind of cool type of. You know, I'm not doing that. Like, screw him. He's ass, and I hope this is the nail in the coffin.
What are the 3 songs? What are the 3 songs?
Back at one last cry, and there's another one. But yeah.
So anytime's not a big song.
Do I ever cross your mind? No, you actually don't.
Still in love.
Well, apparently he does cross your mind if you started an F Brian McKnight campaign.
You know what happens? I'll tell you what happened. This is exactly why it started. And this is the whole controversial thing in itself. So clock this. I have been on record saying that R&B is not R&B without the great Robert Kelly. He is the king of R&B. He's got the great albums, the great voice, the great writing, all the credits that you need to be that guy. And then there's people that come out and say, what about Brian McKnight? What about Brian McKnight? Brian McKnight ain't shit compared to R. Kelly.
He should not be mentioned with R. Kelly.
Like, it's not even a thing. Stop it. It's not a thing. You're wrong.
See,
if they're doing that, you're talking about how shitty of a human they are.
Yeah, no,
they're both shitty humans.
But if you're doing that, no, he doesn't belong. He doesn't belong there. R. Kelly is literally, if you're just talking musically, there's R. Kelly,
head
there's
and shoulders
Stevie Wonder
above Brian McKnight. It's not even
R.
close.
Kelly, there's Stevie Wonder. That's the list. Like that.
It's not close.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. But I mean, I know it's not entertaining for all of us to agree. So I'll just say, fuck Brian McKnight and move on. So I got something else that I want to fuck this week.
Whoa. What?
We are not experts.
Hold on.
So screw your Elf on the Shelf. You know what I mean? Because as I turn around, y'all sitting around, running around here with these pint-sized Chuckies, you know what I'm saying, knocking over cupcakes and powdered sugar everywhere, and it's supposed to be fun. Stop playing with dolls and spirits with your old ass. And you know, and you got your kids out here buying into the hype. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to be that woke dude, but I'm like, yo, they just started making brown elves like 5 years ago. So I still got to work hard all year and still give all my credit to the white man. And then I'm supposed to believe that they knock the stuff over, they create these messes, they go back to the North Pole to report to Santa, when all my life I was taught that Santa knew everything. Santa already knows what's going on. Santa's already omnipotent. Santa's already the all-seeing eye. But now he's got these little Keebler elves running around your house to provide documentation back to him. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, you know, as I look at Christmas, right? And this ain't even a I hate Christmas conversation. This is a y'all are stupid conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to deploy. People be talking about, heroes fighting for their lives, and they still had time to put Elf on the Shelf on a damn airplane. Like, what are they doing? Like, the Elf on the Shelf is going to go check on the blown up kids in Iraq? That's what he's doing? Like, I don't even know what's going on. You know what? Screw Elf on the Shelf, man.
Wow, sir.
What I respond to that is, unfortunately, Santa sent an elf to our house. So, you know, I guess my daughter believes a little too much. So our elf showed up, man. So he actually ate some of the cupcakes and ruined my counter this morning. So, What up, Snowy?
Wow.
Elf on the Shelf.
My elf is black.
Oh.
My elf is black.
Yeah, my elf is black. So,
that's the first time I've ever heard that in my life, and it sounded as crazy as I thought it would.
That's
you know
crazy.
What I mean? Like, but what's even crazier though is these step parents out here going ham on these kids.
Ham. So, I don't want to yell. I'm not angry. I was angry about that Brian McKnight thing. I'm sorry if you had to turn down your speakers or anything. My bad. Radical Jack, you know, he's healing. But so corporal punishment. In Texas, it is legal for a step parent to exude or apply or act in corporal punishment with children in the home. And there's been a few TikToks that I've seen where people are like, that's absolutely crazy. Why would you let that happen? You guys got to do better. These people are abusing. And I just want to take this moment to say that if you have a step parent and you call them a step parent and your children acknowledges them as a step parent and you plan on being with said step parent, then they should be able to discipline your kids. And if they cannot discipline your kids, then maybe you should look on the inside and realize I pick shitbags as partners and I need to do better, because there's no way that you should be introducing anybody to your kids that your kids are not always safe around. So don't hate the law, hate yourself because you're stupid.
Wow. So, first of all, thank you for that. That's an interesting topic, right? Because I think the question that you're asking isn't whether or not corporal punishment is a good or a bad thing. It's if you are executing corporal punishment in your home, then if you are picking a partner, why wouldn't that partner also be able to execute corporal punishment? And if you don't trust someone enough to properly discipline your child without abusing them, why is that person around your child? Is that
Correct. That is
yeah.
absolutely correct.
Yeah, which makes complete sense. Because again, our children are precious, right? Our children are our number one, asset. We spoke earlier about Brian McKnight and the no deadbeat dad thing. You can be a deadbeat dad and be in the house. So, and you can also be a deadbeat step parent and be in the house, and if you're abusive to the child. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, bro. I don't disagree.
Like I just don't understand it. Like people are literally like, "Oh, yo, that's dangerous for the kid." Why are you
So,
thinking that is dangerous for the kid? That means you're choosing bad people.
all right, let me ask a question because I don't want to
Uh,
do the whole clean sweep thing again. So let me just ask a different question.
do it.
So, does it matter? Do you feel like it makes a difference on the genders of the gender of the step parent? Like, so if this is a woman that is introducing a stepfather versus a father introducing a stepmother.
So what I'll say is this, right? And I just want to say this going forward with our pod. When I do scenarios, I always do scenarios in the thought process that it's a perfect world,
Okay.
right? So in a perfect world, we always pick the best partners. We have all the kids that go to school on a regular basis. Like we don't have these regular world issues. You know what I mean? In scenario situations, I'm always looking at it as the perfect scenario. So
Mm-hmm.
no, I would say it doesn't matter if it's male or female. You should be picking a partner that loves your child or at least has the ability or has shown the ability to be able to step forward and show that child proper love and discipline.
And not abuse
Right.
them.
And
Right.
not abuse them. Right. Right. Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean? I would think that you have vetted this person, you've talked to them about family history. They know of your kids. Before you introduce them to your kids, they knew, all right, like we're taking this next step. All right, I got to do this. Like I'm thinking that. Not you meeting somebody and in 2 weeks, yeah, you're moving on in and then you're just
Yeah.
gonna be stepdad now or stepmom. Like that's crazy. And that's another thing. A lot of people are always attacking men. It's like, oh yeah, you got to be careful with these men. Be careful with these men. Like women haven't buried children.
Mm.
like, we got to stop this whole thing where men are the most evil people in the world and women just aren't capable.
Well, that's
Like we
well,
have
that's the
daycare.
problem when you got to recognize that women are so intelligent.
Women are intelligent.
Like, no, I had a situation like that. Not the abuse part per se, but where I was with a woman, that my daughter knew very well. She would do my daughter's hair, all that kind of stuff like that. And I ended up marrying this person. And it was just like all that like stuff is out the window now. Like, what I'm saying? Like that ain't my mama. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so there was that line of discipline of like it wasn't, hey, hit her or like, hey, you can beat her, but it was like, yo, you got to come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And I make those decisions because what I didn't want, and this is part of the reason why I asked the gender question. What I didn't want was I didn't want my daughter to see you're choosing this person over me, or
Mm.
like, this woman came into our life and now, you know, it's about her and not about me. That ended up happening anyway on some other stuff, but we'll
Right.
get into that another
I
time.
I would say this to that 2-5 is if we want to jump into the gender aspect of it, I would say that more than likely, dad is probably more so of a disciplinarian than mom is.
Right.
So in most scenarios, it probably is more so the stepdad
Mhm.
being the whooper versus the stepmom coming in and being the whooper.
Right.
But I would say that, like in my situation, right? You know, I came into Jackson's life. I met Ariel first. We hung out, blah, 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 blah. Ariel learned Xavier believes in this, this, and this. You know what I mean? And like immediately I came in as an uncle. So when Iverson came up to me in the kitchen and was like, "You smell like booty," I popped him in his mouth and I said, "You don't talk to adults like that."
Right.
Right? I didn't fucking smack the shit out of this kid. You know what I'm saying? It was just
Right.
little pop. Don't do that. You know?
Okay.
And it was already established like, oh, okay. And it's like, you see what I did, and y'all see, like, obviously I'm not trying to hurt this kid. He just needs to know, like, don't talk to adults like that. That's rude. And, from then on, it just, it's just like, hey, look, this is who I am, and then once we had a baby, then it was like, okay, like blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But as far as the asking if I can do this, I don't know. That's a sticky subject. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is different. There is no perfect answer for that. If you have that agreement, you have that agreement. I think it really just depends on y'all's relationship dynamic. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then real quick, just in the essence of time here, real quick hit. I'm gonna pull an audible right here. I meant to bring this up earlier, but whatever. So, Steelers fans chanting "Fire Mike Tomlin." Quick thoughts.
ooh,
Fans are stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a whole lot of stupid on this show today.
No, because it is stupid. Like, why are you saying fire him? When your main quarterback plays, you guys play pretty good. Your defense has always been good. You never had a losing season. You got a Super Bowl. Why are we firing him? It's stupid.
Fans are stupid. So, fan is short for fanatic. Understand that, okay? And being a fanatic often makes you think that you have more information than you actually do. Okay. You can watch every Steelers game that the Steelers have ever played since the Steelers were inaugurated, right? Since their inception. Okay. You don't know more about the Steelers organization, the personnel, the playbook than the coach, the GM, or the owner. So my thing with fans is that fans often think because they watch these games that they have some kind of insider information that allows them to. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the Pittsburgh Steelers as they are as an organization for one reason and one reason only: consistency in the front office. The Pittsburgh Steelers since 1970 have had 3 coaches. 3. They've won 6 championships. 6.
First team to win 6.
First team to win 6. And no other team has had the continuous success that the Steelers have had since the 1970s. That tells me this. Their front office knows when a coach needs to be fired. That front office put Mike Tomlin in an impossible situation for the last 3 years. And he has turned each of those teams into playoff teams. This team will make the playoffs.
Every single one, no matter how trash the Steelers teams have been.
So my issue with people who say stuff like fire Tomlin, okay, cool. So you don't want to consistently make the playoffs. You would rather your team just suck. Because with that roster, there is no coach that's coming in there and turning them around and making them a Super Bowl contender next year.
Yeah, I think the other part of that, though, as the fan, I'll speak from the fan perspective.
Fans are stupid.
They are, but just for the sake of conversation, they haven't won a playoff game since 2017. Now granted, like you said, like Mike Tomlin, to my knowledge, does not sign the players.
He does not. Like, he doesn't.
And even if he wanted Aaron Rodgers, and you want to say that Aaron Rodgers has been a failure, that's still someone that has overhead that can say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from that standpoint, if I was Mike Tomlin, I probably would have left at least 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just from the stand, but the Steelers are one of those places you don't leave the Steelers. But you know what I mean? I'm a big fan of get up out of there on your terms instead of when they tell you to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we might, not that he'll get fired, but we might see a mutual parting of ways after this.
I can see
season.
that. I can see
So-
that. I can see that.
I mean,
but I think they put him in an
everything he
impossible
needed to do.
situation.
They definitely put him in an impossible situation, but he's done everything you need to do as a head coach.
Definitely.
He's literally done it all. You know what I mean? And like Rez said, the Steelers are consistent, if nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Versus most of our teams, anybody watching, we've had 5, 6, 7, 8 coaches. You know what I mean? Like in the last 20 years, we've had just a
revolving door. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you can't hate on that. You know, just like earlier, I said fire our OC. I am an Eagles fan. I am a fanatic for the Eagles.
Fanatic.
And I 110% believe I know what I'm talking about. Does it mean it's true? Hell no.
All right, so let's look at the teams that they lost to. I just want to really quickly do this, right? Because I get the point that since 2017 they haven't won a playoff game.
Right.
They shouldn't have been in the playoffs with the teams that they had on these rosters. Like, who's been a good quarterback on the Pittsburgh Steelers since Ben Roethlisberger left?
Mason Rudolph.
Doug. All right. They lost to the Ravens last year. Did anybody think they should have beat the Ravens last year?
Nope.
No.
Okay. They lost to the Bills the year before that. Anybody thought they should have beat the Bills?
You did. We had an argument about that.
I wanted them to beat the Bills. I wanted them to beat the Bills, but they shouldn't have beat the Bills.
Okay.
And wasn't that what 31-22?
That's a close game too.
Yeah, like sorry, no, 31-17. Wrong. Still a closer game. But year before, Kansas City. Anybody thought they should have beat them?
Oh, no. The Super Bowl winners. It's crazy.
If anything, 2020 is the one where they lost to the Browns.
And they gave up 42 points in that game.
That was the 11
They gave up 48
Browns, right?
points in that game. 38-37.
That was the 11-5 Browns, though, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they still should have beat the Browns. It was at home. I don't care.
48-37. Who was the starting quarterback in that game?
Baker. Big play Bake.
Well, for the Steelers.
Baker was for the Browns.
Yeah, it was Baker.
Oh, that was Ben Roethlisberger's last year.
Yeah, it was Roethlisberger's last year. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the last. That was the last.
So that was the last real team that Mike Tomlin had with Big.
The last one. So don't tell me, oh, they haven't won since 2017, and you haven't given them anybody since Big Ben, and you had an opportunity to bring in your future quarterback this offseason. And what did you do? You waited for Aaron Rodgers and for the entire field to dry up. You passed by Shedeur Sanders. You passed by Jackson Dart. You passed by every other quarterback that was sitting there that you could have had. This is what you get.
They got Will Howard.
So fan,
got Jackson Dart.
So fan, when you're saying, "Hey, fire Mike Tomlin," think about all these things.
And there you have it. So we done did everything that we were supposed to do. So Jack, take us on home.
All right, y'all. Yeah. Just want to let you guys know before we get out of here. If you are a man that takes care of your woman, her car is a direct reflection of you. And if you want her car to be clean, get your lazy ass up and go clean it.
Joe Budden Podcast.
Where y'all at, man? Rez, how can we find you?
Yo, y'all can find me at Real Talk Rajan on Instagram and Facebook and IG. I said Instagram and IG and TikTok.
And then you can find me at MLDub25 on Instagram. You know, I am the one and only Makello Baker Wilson on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, SRAO Pod.
And of course, y'all know y'all can find us on IG at the Say Let's Say More Pod. You can find me on Twitter at Jack This Tweet. And you can always listen to us audio. You know what I'm saying? We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and every streaming podcast service. So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have time to watch us on YouTube, please stream us, guys. As always, we appreciate everyone who tunes in. Whether you're a first-time listener or last-time listener, we're just three guys with a perspective, hoping to deliver a diverse way of thinking. Open dialogue always expands intelligence. Say less. Say more. All right, say bye.